The cross-examination went from bad to worse. Find out why I wanted to crawl underneath the attorney's table during cross-examination of my expert. Come join me as I share with you this remarkable information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law in the state of New York. So now it's a failure to diagnose a bowel perforation during GYN surgery. My medical expert is a gynecologist who's now just finished testifying for me. He's now told the jury all the information that we need to show that we are more likely right than wrong. So now it's time for the defense attorney to get up and cross-examine my expert. And that's exactly what he does. But at some point, probably within the first 10 minutes of cross-examination, my expert went from an educated expert who now is explaining things greatly to the jury to one of being a fierce advocate for us. This guy is fighting with the defense attorney on every single question. Every word that he's being asked, he's fighting. And now you can see the look on the jury's face. They don't believe him. Every single thing he's fighting about. Every single thing he's failing to acknowledge. Doctor, would you agree that this is the standard of care back at this time? No, I don't. Doctor, would you agree that if my client did X, Y, and Z, that would be acceptable medical care? No, I wouldn't. And now he's continuing to fight with the defense attorney and arguing with him about the wording of his questions, about the fact that this is improper. And now the jury recognizes that the doctor is being obstructionist. He's refusing to acknowledge and refusing to answer the questions being posed by the defense attorney. And I'm jumping up objecting to the questions. And you know what the judge does? He says, "Counselor, sit down. Objection overruled." And I'm doing this over and over again because I know that the defense attorney is going after my expert like a pit bull. And he sees the opening and he grabs that opportunity, and now my expert simply goes head to head with him. And after a while, the jury got so fed up, you could just see it in their faces. And I literally wanted to crawl under the table. And I even jumped up. I said, "Judge, I'd like a 5-minute recess." And the judge turns around and says, "Absolutely not. The defense attorney is now in the middle of cross-examination. If he needs a recess, we'll take one. But no, we're going forward." There was nothing I could do short of standing up and saying, "Stop! Stop this nonsense," because it was obvious for everybody to see what was happening. The defense attorney was doing an incredible job of destroying my expert's credibility, all because my expert turned into a fierce advocate and refused to acknowledge the most basic things that he should have been acknowledging. So after he gets off the witness stand, I pull him outside. I said to him, "What did you do? What did you do? Why were you arguing with him?" And you know what he said to me? "I was trying to help you." I said, "No, you're not trying to help me. You just destroyed our case. We had a good case going in when we finished questioning you, and now you turned out to be an advocate that now you argued with the defense attorney constantly. You lost all credibility. And as a direct result of that, I had to settle the case shortly afterwards because it was clear to everybody in the courtroom that this doctor no longer had the credibility necessary to sustain this case." So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you to give you an insight and an understanding of one instance. Thankfully, it was only one instance where I literally wanted to crawl underneath the attorney's table while this cross-examination was going on. The defense attorney, to his credit, did a remarkable job of destroying this doctor's credibility. You know, I realize you're watching this because you likely have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter happened in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.